Hello, welcome to HCC MovieMakers Academy Movie Reviews. I'm Trey Dixon.
And I'm Kevin Simmons.
And in fashion with our chain of underrated horror movies that have come out several years ago, we are reviewing a true gem from 1981. It's called Possession, and it's directed by Andrzej Zulawski, and it stars Isabelle Adjani and Sam Neill. Now, I recommended that we reviewed this movie. I showed it to you recently.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Well, okay. I really want to break it down for a minute. First 15 minutes, did not like it.
Okay.
I was weirded out because you have such a high caliber of film. I was like, this almost feels just amateuristic. It feels like a first film, and I didn't thoroughly enjoy it until after that 15 minutes.
Once you hit the 20-minute mark,
Jesus, yeah.
this movie explodes.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
So to quickly recap on the plot, which by the way pays no attention to any modern cinematic storytelling conventions whatsoever. It's about a spy who comes back from a job to find that his wife has been cheating on him. But the movie is far more complex than that.
Absolutely. I don't even know how to define this film genre-wise.
It's a marital drama / creature feature / spy thriller / political allegory / apocalyptic fable all rolled into one.
Isn't it just? I mean, you have this whole marital drama, but then there's this whole parallel with the Berlin Wall thrown in.
The movie takes a lot of religious ideology, takes a lot of political ideology, and sort of throws it together into one thing.
Successfully.
Yes, successfully.
Yeah.
Very rarely will a movie do that.
Yeah.
A movie with so many ideas, so much ambition, actually pulling off so many different ideas.
It's such a passionate, driven project. Sam Neill, can I just stop for a minute?
Sam Neill gives the best performance of his career in this movie.
I used to melt Sam Neill down to his character in Jurassic Park, and I need to stop that because he's an actor of high caliber.
And while Sam Neill is really good in this movie, Isabelle Adjani gives what is arguably one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in a film.
Absolutely.
There is a sequence that takes place in this movie in a subway tunnel. Mm-hmm. We're not going to spoil it.
No,
but it's one of the most mind-boggling, insane, can't take your eyes off of it sequences I've ever seen in any horror film.
Absolutely. It grabs your attention from beginning to end. I keep asking questions and I don't want the answer.
That's exactly what I like about this movie.
Yeah.
Things that I like about Mulholland Drive and The Master and Upstream Color are that it's a movie where you have faith in the director's ability to have the puzzle pieces there. They're all there, they serve a purpose, and it's up to the audience to put them together. And by the end of the film, even if you're not looking at a finished puzzle, you're still grateful of the experience that you had.
Absolutely.
This is a movie that suspends you in a certain delirium, and it doesn't let up until long after you've walked out of the theater or watched the movie. I couldn't stop thinking about this movie after I watched it.
Something, I think, even as a horror film, if I was to melt it down to simply a horror film, I think to every human being on this earth, it will grab you to some level. To some level, it's going to speak to your inner darkness.
Exactly. This is an incredibly dark, incredibly moving, incredibly philosophical piece of work.
At one point, I stopped really watching the film, and I started asking questions about myself. It's really this terrifying process, and it was excellent throughout.
It takes a lot of political ideas and a lot of religious ideas and asks you where those two ideologies sort of converge. Mm-hmm. The movie's title, Possession, is sort of a play on words because it says possession as if you're possessive of somebody, but possession as if you're probably possessed by the devil.
Oh, yeah.
Or having an affair with God, and how
how many characters are possessed in it? Because you can connect the obvious one of the woman with octopus, demon, squid thing. Go Google it.
There's a
go Google it.
Isabelle Adjani has sex with an octopus in this movie. That might be the most ringing endorsement I can give this movie.
But even Isabella's character Anna she has marked possess over her. Heinrich, by the way, a hilarious and a great character.
A really charismatic, really interesting character.
I could not stop enjoying what he was saying.
When I was watching the movie, I was thinking, God, this is the worst actor I've ever seen. But the movie goes on, and you just can't take your eyes off this guy.
He doesn't relent. You know, he's 100% of the time.
He's this incredibly passionate ballerina drug addict, and he is the character that Isabelle Adjani's character falls for over Sam Neill.
Another possession.
Yeah, exactly, another possession.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this a lot of different ideas about possession, and the movie came about because the director Andrzej Zulawski was cheated on by
Yeah,
his.
he was going through his own personal turmoil.
He was going through his own personal turmoils, and
Shows.
yeah,
Oy.
this is he manages to take a really dark look at relationships and what they sort of mean in the grand scheme of things.
But I also don't want to bury it under like it's a personal one-sided view. Andrew Zulawski, I can never get his name right. I never will.
Andrzej, yeah,
I'll never try again.
Polish.
But he finds a way to make it both personal and universal in this very same time. Because I don't feel like it's this women-hating director. I feel like it's this very wise, open to the earth man.
It's weird because it has this idea. Okay, this woman did all these terrible things for selfish reasons, so it seems misogynistic in that regard. But at the same time, Anna's character, and particularly Anna's doppelganger, is painted as this angelic figure.
Yeah.
So there's this sex is evil, but there's also something beautiful and desirous about that. And the male characters are painted in the same way.
Absolutely.
Possessive, but open to the concept of nirvana and open to the idea of tranquility. And
I think Nirvana is an excellent example.
yeah,
there.
and being one with somebody.
No, I have to say, I couldn't even force myself to give this movie a numerical rating. It's such I consider this film abstract art, on the level of Eraserhead and such other films.
This is what I would consider a 10 out of 10 movie.
10 out of 10?
It takes you to so many different levels. It asks so many questions. It doesn't care whether or not you appreciate the movie. It doesn't pay attention.
Oh, it's relentless.
No,
yeah.
it's relentless. It pays no attention to standard genre conventions. It pays no attention to storytelling conventions. It just does what it does.
To this 2-hour just amazing orchestration of a film, this music of a film.
It's
Yeah.
asking all these questions and never bothering to spell it out for the audience.
Well, when I left the film, because I don't mind saying the film is confusing. I think we agree upon not confusing in the bad way. I do believe the pieces are there. I just can't see them. But I think I left that film wanting to not know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I understand that, movie viewing and movie enjoyment is entirely subjective, but that's precisely how I want to walk out of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know that there's something around the corner, but I don't want to know what's around the corner. When I leave,
Yeah.
I don't want to leave.
The real monster is us and all that kind of crap.
Yeah. So anyway, this is one of my favorite films of all time. This is a 10 out of 10 movie for me. If you could give it a numerical, what would you give it?
I won't even insult it.
Okay, really?
I won't even insult it. But I'd say I agree with you.
Okay, great. Thank you for agreeing with me, and I'm glad you liked it. Thank you for watching HCC MovieMakers Academy movie reviews. We're brought to you by the Houston Community College Filmmaking Program and HCC TV. Visit us online at www.hccs.edu and enroll yourself in the art of filmmaking. We love movies, and if you love movies as well, then check out our channel and subscribe if you would like to receive alerts to more reviews just like this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Great interview.
Great.